Hello and welcome to another episode of Surely Not Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting. We have a special guest with us today, Sifu Brian Proctor. You may remember him from such episodes as Kung Fu Quest. Is that right?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
I don't know. It'd be over 10 years ago, I'd say. Yeah.
Sifu Brian Proctor has been training, I think, for over 25 years. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for coming and sharing your time with us and popping down to talk to the people outside.
Pleasure to be here, Steve.
Great. All right, so let's get started. Look, the first thing we really want to do is find out who the hell is Sifu Brian Proctor. Now, you are a Sifu.
Oh, yeah.
You've had schools.
Yes.
How many schools did you have?
I had the school at Alex Hills.
Alexandra Hills of Brisbane.
And then we had the school in Brassel in Ipswich.
So you had two schools running at the same time?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And this was under the Grandmaster Ip Chi Kung?
Ip Chi Kung, yeah.
Wonderful. So you would travel back and forth between schools?
Yeah, which was a mission, yeah.
How long were you with the Grandmaster Ip Chi Kung for?
I think it was 7 or 8 years.
8 years. Okay, let's go back a few steps. Brian is quite accomplished and has met and trained with and been taught under a lot of people within this system. So if we can go back a few steps and go right back to the beginning, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Tell me about the beginning. How did you actually get started in Tong Long?
Actually through an uncle's friend of mine by the name of Ross Bourbon.
Your uncle's mate?
My uncle's mate, yeah. He showed me a bit about the stuff, and then I was travelling up to his place and learning. Roscoe and I are still good friends today. I was only talking to him the other day. How you going, Ross? It was a big eye-opener for me, and I basically sort of fell in love with
What was the eye-opener? Because I had the similar experience. What was the eye-opener for you?
It was definitely a lot to do with his character, but the guy's fighting ability.
Tough?
Yeah, he's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone around the Gap knows who Ross Boardman is. So, still a legend character.
The Gap is a suburb in Brisbane, if you don't know. And it's funny, a lot of Kung Fu people came out of the Gap.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
There's Adrian Pang. There's our old Sifu, Paul Brennan.
Yeah, Paul Brennan, yeah.
There's actually a few people. I can't, top of my head, I can't think of them. There's more than those two.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's funny, I don't know how the Gap became the place. But anyway. So, all right, so you started in his garage or something, I take it?
Yeah, I'd go up to his place, forgive me. I think it was up at the Sunshine Coast somewhere.
How old were you?
I was maybe 25, something like that.
So 25, you found your first taste of Tong Long.
Yeah.
And before, let's go back even further.
Yeah.
Before Tong Long, this is not the first martial art you tried.
No.
Before Tong Long, what did you do?
I tried karate when I was younger, but it wasn't that the style wasn't for me. I just didn't really like any discipline. So
that hasn't changed?
No, it hasn't changed. I tried a bit of kickboxing, but got kicked in the legs a couple of times, so I'm not doing
Didn't
that.
like that?
No,
Okay, nice.
I think at the time, because I was around the age of where you come home from school every day and watch Monkey.
Monkey Magic?
Yeah, snap mum's broomsticks off and say they broke.
Same.
So you kind of get addicted to some sort of martial art, but you're too naive or young to really understand what it's about, and it's just a fun thing at the time.
Yeah, nice. And then obviously you've played competitive rugby league.
Yeah.
Top level.
Yeah.
High level rugby league.
Premier grade in Brisbane. Yeah.
Premier grade rugby league. What was your position?
Second row.
So second rower, which if people follow rugby league, first row and second row have to be freaking tough.
And a bit dumb,
yeah.
You know?
You got to have a hard head, you got to have a hard body, and you do a lot of tackling, and you do a lot of running with the ball. We call it up the ruck.
Yeah.
To just try and make a hole for the little guys.
Yeah, make room for the backs.
For the little guys to run through the holes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's right. If you don't know rugby league, if you're from somewhere else around the world, that's what it's about. So you got quite tough for rugby league, I take it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, reasonable,
nice.
yeah.
All right. And then what age did you finish doing the rugby league and the Premier stuff?
I think it was just late 20s. I was close to 30.
So you were doing the Kung Fu
and
rugby league.
Mm.
Okay, so there's a crossover. This is nice.
Yeah.
So you had the Kung Fu. Obviously in football you're allowed to palm. And Kung Fu, we do a lot of palms.
I got sent off for that one.
So you're doing a lot of palms on the footy field.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Good.
And it worked well.
Yeah, it did actually.
Nice.
Yeah, it helped sort of because I was I'm not entirely tall or anything like that, so I was actually a very small second rower in the competition. I was probably the smallest, one of the smallest.
Short and stocky.
Short, yeah. So it was at that time where years ago forwards used to be sort of the shorter, stocky guys, but you notice now with rugby league, a lot of them are a lot taller. You know, it's just maybe it's just the evolvement of people or something. I don't know.
Just evolvement, nice. So 25, you started. When did you? Because you went to you trained with your uncle's friend.
Yeah.
When did you finally go? Okay, I need to go to a school.
What actually happened was just Ross and I have spoken about it. I was just it was too far up there. Then I just had different jobs and moved and stuff, and then I never actually knew that certain things about the system were in the system, in the sense that when I'd finished playing rugby league, I'd had a broken neck over the career, broken neck, broken back, knee operation, elbow, every other bone, probably dinted and bashed. Anyway, I heard this exercise called Chow, which is an exercise of the spine. I thought it must meant you do some stretching or something like that. And I was in a bad way. I had a lot of injuries and literally ended up down at Wynnum. And the school down at Wynnum there, I saw a sign one day when I was driving past, and I thought I'd try it out. And within, I don't know, a couple of months or something, my body was feeling better.
So this school at Wynnum, I believe the teacher was a teacher by the name of Paul Lima.
Ema.
Yeah. And okay, so you found this school, you found the training that helped your body.
Yeah, I did.
You became healthier, you became stronger.
Yes, I did.
How long did you train there for?
I don't know, 7 or 8 years. Yeah.
8 years again?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
wonderful.
quite funny, it's been like 8-year cycles or 7-year cycles or something to that effect.
7 year itch?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, so you're with them for 7 or 8 years, training hard, obviously, every week, every day.
Yeah, did private lessons and train and everything like that.
So getting quite good.
Well, looking back on everything I've sort of done, I personally probably could have been better if I had committed more and trained harder, if that makes sense.
At the time,
at the time,
did you believe your Kung Fu was really good?
At the time, I thought I was achieving something in the system.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And then obviously there was a point where you decided, hold on, I want more.
Yeah, it was quite funny. We had a meeting with Ip Chi Kung and we met Ip Chi Kung, and then
Ip Chi Kung, for those who don't know, is one of the grandmasters of Chow Tong Long, which is Chow family praying mantis. So you were training an offshoot of Mantis, and they got in contact with the Grandmaster in Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he came over and visited, stayed for a while, and then I ended up moving. So I was literally training on my own for around a year or so. My ex-wife was a travel agent, and she actually literally won I don't know how it works, but if you get good sales and stuff, you can win a trip. So she won a trip to Hong Kong. And it was
like meant to be.
Yeah, it was meant to be. And then as it coincides, it was Ip Chi Kung's 60th birthday.
No way.
Yeah.
And so you were meant, that was part of your journey.
Yeah.
You were meant to have that 8 years of maybe foundational work.
Yeah, I'd say that.
And then you were meant to meet the Grandmaster.
Yep.
And then, so what was the meeting like?
So basically, I credit to my ex-wife for this one. She said, would you like to go and see Ip Chi? I'm like, how? And I believe she actually somehow got in touch with Nish.
Nishan.
Is it London?
In London.
Yeah.
Nishan is a student of Sifu Paul Withrod in London. And so your wife got in touch with him?
Yeah, and he gave Lynette Ip Chi Kung's number. And so
That's nice of him.
Yeah, it was actually, and thanks for that. And yeah, she rang him and said, "Oh, it's my birthday, come over." So we actually went for a holiday, and then we met him. And when we got there, if you can imagine, it was a big celebration. So there was quite a few different schools from London, guys from Budapest were there. There was just hundreds of people there, and so we went to his birthday bash and everything like that. It was a great night.
This is the first time meeting.
Yeah,
You've gone to his birthday.
Yeah, and I was just walking around a little bit nervous, like,
wow,
there's all these people here.
There's all these kung fu people.
Yeah.
And they're all obviously all Ipchikung students.
Students of
students of students.
Yeah.
And you're there from little Brisbane, Wynnum.
Yeah, on my own.
Only trained for 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
And you've gone to meet the Grand Master. Nice. Okay.
And then went to Ipsoy's home. We did a couple of lessons in the park, and I realised that I was obviously missing a few things. And Ipchi and I had a talk, and we had a talk, and we decided that we wanted to sort of follow him. So he came over a couple of times. We went there.
He came over to Australia?
Yeah, he came over. Yeah.
Where did he stay?
So he used to stay at my place at Hemet.
So he lived with you?
Yeah.
For how long at a time?
2-3 weeks at a time. It's not that long, but it was,
But 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
Full on?
Yeah, full on
every
training every day. Yeah.
Wow.
And
how good is this? So you created a friendship very fast?
Yeah.
It's because he had to trust you to live with you?
Yeah, I think he felt comfortable with us. Yeah.
Nice.
And then we brought the house out at Brassel.
Brassel's a suburb of Ipswich.
Ipswich, yeah.
So west of Brisbane.
So luckily enough, it was a bigger house. It was an older house, but we set up a bedroom just for him. No one went in it during the year. We always just had it. His stuff was never touched, so it was his personal space when he came there. And
so how long into it before he said to you, "Hey, you're good enough to open a school"?
He said to me that I've got a lot of learning to do, and that my foundation needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could go into it in depth, but there was a lot of things that he was saying, and what he was saying was true.
Yeah.
But I had what would you call it? I had a couple of friends at the time, or students at the time, because I didn't really understand what being a Sifu was.
Yeah.
It's a big job.
Yeah.
And so I actually had a couple of students that trained with me, and they trusted me and respected me, and were happy to follow me on my journey of learning. So I had some people around me that were prepared to change what we were doing, or not change, adjust what we were doing.
Tweak it.
And so I felt comfortable with them. And Ipchi was putting a lot of pressure on me through bridge training and trying to lift my level up as quick as he could. And he was spending time with those guys and told me what to concentrate on in between each visit and make sure just pay attention to that and don't go off track on that. And so we had a good group of people where we could train. And
nice.
Yeah. And
this was the first school?
Yeah, it was actually.
It was the first school?
Yeah,
and that was at?
Well, actually, he was the one that triggered me to open the school at Alex Hills, because I was just training with a heap of guys on the waterfront down at Wellington Point.
In Brisbane, yeah.
Yeah, and then he come down there and he said, "This isn't school." I said, "Sifu, I don't have a school." I said, we just like training." It was like, no good, you know.
Have a school.
Yeah. So we hunted around and we found the church, I believe it was, at Alexandra Hills, and opened the school.
Which is, Alexandra Hills is East Brisbane.
Yeah.
So you would travel from West Brisbane, like really west, all the way to East Brisbane and really east.
Yeah.
How often?
2 nights a week.
To train these guys in Alexandra Hills?
Because I'd moved to Hemet out that way, because we brought a house, I felt that because these guys were committed, I was kind of owed it to them to travel them down to them.
Good on you. That's a good teacher.
Yeah.
So you spent the time to because these guys were dedicated to you.
Yeah.
So you felt obligated, hey, I need to help these guys and I'm going to travel. How far? 2 hours?
Maybe a bit over an hour, I guess.
Okay.
Especially when
each
you're
time
doing a bit more than
hour there, hour back to go and teach people.
Yeah.
And then you decided to open up in Brassel.
So we opened the school at Alex Hills. And that was the school we opened first. And it was the bizarrest thing, because Sifu did a demonstration that night, and the weirdest thing, we're all standing there and the whole school literally just flooded. It was just covered in mantises everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
You've got a lot of signs happening with you.
Yeah,
right?
and
so everything's that happened to you is meant to happen.
I believe so.
In your kung fu career.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You'll just reach that point in your life, and the gods above have said, okay,
Yeah, I believe there's something.
it's time for
up
this
there.
now.
Yeah.
And then the gods above have said, okay, now it's time for this.
Yeah.
And then here's a good omen to say, oh, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
It happens, you know. Like
Yeah.
if your eyes are open, you will see various omens that come to you, and you'll say, shit, this was meant to be because that's a good omen, or etc. Yeah.
It was quite funny because then we decided to, because my ex-wife lived out a lot further than Brassel, so we decided to buy this particular place in Brassel, and I was actually really torn, to be honest, because I wanted to be really committed down at Alex Hills, but I had a couple of guys that wanted to continue and keep training, but we had to make a commitment to literally open the school in Brassel because I could walk to training. All the driving was killing me, and so being a tradie, I was offered an opportunity to learn to be a builder. So I took that opportunity, and it was a tough slog. And
so you're doing that. Had the two schools going?
Had the two schools, and that's how we had to sort of let go of the Alex Hills one because
and then just be Brassel. Otherwise you couldn't handle it.
I just couldn't handle it.
All right, very good. Wow. Okay, even just that's a lot. So you did 8 years with the Sifu Paul Lima, which was at Wynnum.
Yep.
But first, before that, you trained with your uncle, uncle's mate.
Yeah. I always smile when I hear him.
You'll love this.
Yeah.
And then you did another 7 or 8 years training under the Grandmaster Ip Chi Kung.
Yep.
Obviously, at some point, you parted ways.
Yep.
Now, I remember this time because you parted ways, and
I rang you.
First person you reached out to was me.
Was you? Yeah.
And I got this phone call. I think I just finished training. Or I'm sorry, no, I just turned up. I get there early. I think it was about 4 o'clock-ish. I got to the school, 4:30 maybe, and I was going to do my own training. And I got this phone call just as I got out of the car. So I jumped back in the car, and I'd known of you because I'd known of this person who'd opened a school up in Ipswich under the Grandmaster. So I'd heard of you. And then you rang, and I was like, okay, this is an unusual phone call. And then you told me, you said, Steve, I love my training and I want to keep training, and I'm no longer with my Sifu. We've parted ways, and I think you wanted me to pass that on to my Sifu at the time, Paul Brennan. You said, can you please pass on the message that I'm no longer, and I'm on my own, I'm doing my own thing. And that was it. You didn't ask for anything.
No.
And I said to you, I said, mate, you've been training for a long time, and you've training the original system under the Grandmaster Ip Chi Kung. Why don't you come and train with us? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Now, if you lived closer to me on the Gold Coast, I would have said, come train with me. But you lived Brassel.
Brassel, yeah.
So I said, okay, the closest school to you was to go to Newmarket and to go and train under my Sifu, Paul Brennan.
Yep.
And you did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And you were there. I remember you turned up the first couple of sessions, and I think this is the second time you found you needed some tweaks.
Yes, 100%.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Look, this Kung Fu is really a very evolving system, and you could learn for a certain amount of time, but then realize, holy crap, I'm still a beginner, and there's still so much to learn. And I remember demonstrating for you.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, with Jeremy.
With Sifu Jeremy. Yeah. He was on the last podcast.
Yeah.
So shout out to Sifu Jeremy.
Yeah.
And I can't remember exactly what happened, but I remember punching you.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And what happened?
It hurt.
But then I said, now you can punch me.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Yeah, too conditioned.
It didn't hurt.
Yeah. And you introduced me to Sifu Paul Brennan at Newmarket.
Yeah.
And
I think your legs weren't very strong.
Definitely not.
You had no conditioning in your legs.
None.
Your body wasn't very strong.
No.
Were you doing a lot of basket back? We talked about basket back in one of our last videos.
Yeah, a lot of Tan Gung chesting.
Were you doing this?
Yeah,
so Tan Gung means to suck in the chest, which we explained last video is actually no good for the training that we do, and it can create a lot of injuries if you do it too long term. And then you can't develop your air within your body, and then you have no protection. So that's nice to know.
Yeah.
So you got to learn how to correct your body
Yeah.
condition your legs, condition your body.
Yeah.
The only other thing I remember that you didn't do at all, correct me if I'm wrong, is sparring.
No, didn't.
No sparring.
No sparring. No.
So then when you came to Newmarket, you were introduced to sparring.
Yeah, 100%.
Different world.
100%. Yeah. And I'll pay respect to Sifu Paul for what he's done with his martial career. It's funny, you train for a long time and then and this is a fair thing to say, your weaknesses get exposed very quickly when you're up against someone or you're training with people that are more conditioned. Their holes in their body are more conditioned. They're all covered. They can move better. They've done a lot of high-level sparring. When you have to look at yourself in the mirror, when you get exposed to that, what I see is a lot of people pack up and run out of the door. And
well, the biggest thing is this, when you start trying to fight with this martial art against another martial artist, whether it be Kung Fu or something else, and they're alive. So which means they're trying to hit you back, they're defending themselves, they're kicking you, they're punching you, you're kicking and punching back. It's a whole different story, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And this is what we talked about. I think we talked about this last session, the last podcast, but also on some of my videos where how important the sparring is to your Kung Fu. Like now you see, right? You've done that for a long time now, maybe a decade you've sparred now.
Yeah.
It's a whole different story, right?
Yeah.
Because now you start realizing, holy crap, this is why we have to train this part.
Yeah.
And then you start putting the puzzle together. This is why we do this, because when we spar, now you came to start training down the Gold Coast with me last year.
Yeah.
And maybe within 2 lessons or so, we said, let's do some sparring.
Yeah.
Or maybe a few more lessons. I'll let you ease into it.
Yeah.
And we sparred, correct?
Yeah, we did.
Light sparring,
Yeah.
because I don't want to hurt you. I want to build you as a person and as a martial artist. And what did you discover when I sparred with you? What was the first few things you discovered?
Just ma positioning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was sort of...
what happened?
I got outfoxed.
What happened?
Apparently there's a flaw. Yeah. But
So this
it was in a loving way too, mind you.
Yeah.
It wasn't vicious or brutal. It was nice to have...
I think I caught you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did actually.
I catch
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
So, especially when I first start sparring with students who don't have really good sparring experience, I first concentrate on their footwork. And that's what I did, right?
Yeah, you did. And we've
So
been doing that since,
Yeah, your footwork wasn't correct. So you were open to a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And the first problem was that you can be very easily taken off your feet
Yeah.
and put on the ground.
Yeah. 100%.
Now, I've done this thousands of times to lots of martial artists, to lots of Tonglong people, and showing them the weakness in their stance. Because if you do not have a good stance and a correct stance for fighting, not for doing a form or not for training, for fighting and sparring, it's really easy to put you on the ground, regardless of how strong your structure is, correct?
Yeah.
So that was the first thing we did. But you were at Newmarket for, don't tell me, how many years?
Oh, it's like 7 or 8 or something.
There's a theme.
Yeah.
So let me get this correct. So 7 or 8 years, Paul Lima.
Yeah.
Sifu Paul Lima. 7 or 8 years, Sifu Paul Brennan.
Ipchi
The Grandmaster Ipchi Kung.
Yeah.
And then 7 or 8 years with the Sifu Paul Brennan.
Sifu Paul Brennan,
Now you've been with me for 1 year.
yeah.
So I can expect you to be gone in about 7 years or
Yeah,
so.
we've got about 7 years to go. Yeah, yeah.
At the end of 7 years, you'll be amazing.
I should be a lot better by then. Yeah.
Take my word for it. All right. Yeah. So then, look, there's a lot to unpack. We're going to talk more.
Yeah.
We're going to leave this segment for now. We've got a really good history from Sifu Brian Proctor. He's done a lot. We're going to have him on more podcasts. We're going to leave this segment here about his history, and I'm going to bring in another guest, and we're going to talk about health. Yeah? Because this is important to you as well.
Yeah, it is actually.
It's helped you quite a lot.
100%. Yeah.
All right. Hello, welcome back to the podcast. As you can see, we have a new person here in the middle. This is SiMo Megan Parrella. This is my wife. And to my students, she's known as SiMo. She has been around the Kung Fu ever since I was in my 20s. And she's seen everything. That's why SiMos are given those titles, because they have seen a lot of Kung Fu. Now, the reason why we brought Megan onto the podcast is because she's just about to finish her Bachelor of Natural Medicine. Is that correct?
Yes.
And she has been also treating a lot of my Kung Fu students. I won't say a lot. Some of my, they're not all unhealthy. Some of my Kung Fu students, because, you know, look, life gets in the way and you may train hard in the Kung Fu, but then you don't know how or what or when what you should do with your natural health, right?
Yeah.
So, first of all, Megan, can you explain what is a naturopath? What does a naturopath do for people?
Okay. So what we do is we get the big picture of your life. We look at family history, we look at your personal history, we look at your diet, we'll ask unusual questions like bowel movements, all those types of things. And basically what happens is we get this big picture of health, and so that we can treat the root cause, not the symptoms. So.
And how do you treat? So, okay, you get the picture and you go, okay, you've got, you know, a problem with this, a problem with that, and then what do you do?
And then we fix that with either herbal remedies to help eliminate those symptoms, and also nutraceuticals, so supplementation, diet and lifestyle.
So change your lifestyle?
Yeah, there's...
Change your diet?
Yeah.
Take supplements to help you get on track?
Yeah.
Now, the Kung Fu also has medicine involved with it as well. Do you do much Chinese medicine?
It's taught in my degree. There is a Chinese medicine degree, but no, I've gone down the naturopath way. So
nice.
But we do learn a bit about TCM. So
look, it's really important if you're going to train and you're going to train hard to know, how do I live that I get the optimum benefit out of my training? Because there's no use training. And I tell my students all the time, don't train hard for 2 hours, go home, get KFC on the way home, and start eating chicken nuggets and gravy. Like, you've gone forward 1 step and you're going back 3 steps. So, you know, and there's people who do this. Like, they don't know what to eat, how to eat, what to do. People are getting older, and as you get older, your body starts failing, and not physically like joints. Your body, as in internally, starts failing.
yeah, your muscles decline as you age as well.
Yeah, but you might have like a bowel problem, or you might have like, okay, let's bring it up, diabetes.
Yeah.
So my wife recently treated, SiMo recently treated Sifu Brian when he came to us a year ago.
Yeah.
He had some health problems, and I said, look, you need to speak to my wife. She's at the end of her degree of becoming a naturopath, and she's been getting distinctions pretty much the whole way through. So she knows her stuff. She does it full time, 8 hours a day, and yeah, she knows her stuff, and she's healed a lot of people.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk a little bit about, Brian, just quickly, where you were at when you first came to SiMo?
So basically, I believe this is what happened to me, and it would have been a culmination of a lot of things, but I had a motorbike accident a year or so ago, riding Duro, come off, broke a heap of ribs, and I broke some ribs, and the bike come down and landed on me. I had a lot of pains inside. I live alone kind of thing, so I was just sitting on the lounge, ordering Uber Eats and that, because I couldn't move and all the rest of it. And then at some point I got so sick, I ended up in intensive care in the Ipswich Hospital for 7 days, and
Wow.
they said that I was type 2 diabetic. So
Just out of the blue. You've never had that
never,
diagnosis before?
never.
So that's, correct me if I'm wrong, darling, that is environmental.
Yeah, lifestyle driven.
So because of your lifestyle change, you became a type 2 diabetic.
And what you said about the KFC thing, I actually thought that was a part of training. So
You thought it was
yeah,
part of
I
training?
thought it was part of
No,
training.
no.
So
If you train hard, you eat well, good food, and we'll talk about that in a minute,
yeah,
and you stay away from the crap, because what's the use? Why train so hard if you're going to put crap inside your body?
You have to fuel it.
Yeah.
You have to, like, otherwise it's you're killing yourself with the training,
yeah,
correct?
yeah,
Like, if you're not getting the right nutrients in your body, and then you're training your butt off, you're actually killing yourself because your body's not rejuvenating correctly. Am I right?
yeah.
And creating a lot of stress in the body, which
Stress of the body, inflammation, blah, blah,
Yes,
blah.
So then the other CAT scan or whatever, CT scan or whatever you told me to get, come up that I had swelling on the brain and that, which I believe was possibly when the bike landed on me or some sort of head knock, which is what it says on the, and I have no idea when or how that happened. But anyway, come down and met you, Megan, and you said to me, let's get a series of blood tests, and I'd been seeing, different doctors. I was on 2 different lots of needles and something called metformin. So you got the blood tests and you said to me, gee, your vitamin B is really low. Yeah. You got me on vitamin B, you got me on berberine.
Yeah.
There was another one, forgive me.
How long ago was this that you saw Megan?
You'd have to tell me, Megan.
I think it's probably about 3 months now.
3 months?
Yeah, we first saw you.
Really?
Yeah, 3 or 4 months.
That's a short time.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Megan, you had an interview with him.
Yeah.
You said, okay, this is what we need to do.
Yep.
Gave him a plan.
Yep.
And you said, go away and do this. Did you go away and do it?
Yeah, it was a little bit, at first I was a little bit, excuse the French, I was a little bit butthurt because she asked me to cut out certain things in my life, and I'm like, okay, so I'll give this a crack, and Mediterranean diet and this and that.
Because you do get comfortable, right? In
100%.
In your diet, okay? Meat pies and sausage rolls and Coke.
You gave me a list of stuff to look at, and you even told me to get vitamin B injections, so I got those 3 injections, and 3 of them because my vitamin B was really low or something. Yeah. So I went home, and I don't know if it's got something to do with my football background or whatever. You're sort of running and training a lot, so my diet was kind of really highly carb based, and I literally had a shock because I did literally nearly die. So I had a scare, and you actually said to me, I'm either destined for a stroke or a heart attack. So,
yeah, definitely.
And I was thinking, that's not good. So I went home, I opened up my cupboard, opened up the fridge, and I was literally mortified at the amount of sugar and carbohydrates that was in there.
Realised it.
No, I literally took every single thing out of the pantry and out of the fridge, and I filled the wheelie bin.
Wow.
And I went down the shopping centre, and I didn't even realise I'd walk up and say, I've never been one to eat wraps. I'd walk up and grab a packet of wraps and look at them, compared this one to that one, like quadruple the sugar. I was like, these are meant to be healthy.
So now you've started looking at what you
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 months.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about his condition when you first met him, and what you wanted to do with him?
It was pretty serious. You had pretty high blood pressure when you came to me as well. It was
so high blood pressure?
high blood pressure. I think your cholesterol markers were up as well.
Yeah.
High blood pressure, high cholesterol.
And diabetes, yeah.
And diabetes type 2.
And it was uncontrolled diabetes. It was, you were up, then you were down.
Yeah, because you had a copy of the graph from that Libre 2 thing.
So it was very irregular.
It's pretty dangerous, mate. It's pretty dangerous, hey?
Yeah.
And you didn't have any idea until you went to hospital?
No, so like I said, I had the accident, and then I had to lay on a funny angle for a while because I couldn't breathe. I'm talking like I was not good for a couple of months, and I live alone. The pain. Anyway, so I was ordering a lot of Uber Eats, still drinking alcohol, and lots of cordial, this, that, and the other, and sugar. So one particular Sunday, because I'd been to the doctors twice complaining about not feeling well, and one particular Sunday, I was just laying there in a pair of shorts under the aircon on full bore, and I had drunk 16 litres of water that day, and the last time I tried to go to the toilet, I couldn't walk there. My legs wouldn't work, nothing. I'm like, what is wrong with me? And then I rang the doctors, and they said, what's the symptoms? And they said, come down there, and they pricked my blood, and they said, you need to go to the hospital right now. And I said, I'll drive there. And I said, I'll go home and take my dog home and go home. And they said, no, ambulance.
Wow. You were that bad?
Yeah, and I said, well, I got my dog in the car, because Ted's me.
So this is only 3 months ago?
Yeah, forgive me.
Three or four.
I don't know. I'm not
3 or 4. Let's
3
or 4, mate. Okay, let's just say even between 4 or 5. Okay, regardless. Now, went to Megan. She gave you a treatment plan. You did your best to stick by it.
Yeah.
Where are you now? That's the question.
No short-term insulin, no long-term insulin, no metformin. Blood test come back 2 weeks ago, thanks to the doctor. No medication needed, sugars are sitting fine, because you'd have to explain this to me, there's a long-term sugar and a short-term.
Yes, there's
so both of them are sitting sweet. So
you're good now?
Yeah, and I got to admit, even I'll feel guilty now if I've been working hard on a hot day, and I actually do work pretty hard. Like if I go in and grab a chocolate drink halfway through it, I'm thinking, don't drink that. Yeah.
Half of this stuff is mindset. So, people grow up sometimes without even realising it with the wrong mindset to their health and think they're going to live forever. And not until you have a scare do you go, shit, I need to do something. Now, as far as I'm concerned, doctors can't help you. They can tell you what you've got, they can give you an insulin and they can give you a needle, but then you're on it for the rest of your life.
It was quite funny actually now that you just mentioned that. When we were in Hong Kong last, Michael that was there, because I was still wearing that white disc, remember? Because we had to be careful at training and that was on my phone, and I was documenting, and Damon and I were talking about, Megan and I were talking about it, and it was just because I was actually in a stage of paranoia that it was like, I've got to check my sugar every 4 seconds, so I look at the phone, I'm not going to die today, I've got another day left. I was probably just got stuck in my head, and Michael told me he was quite surprised. He was asking me what this is, and I told him, and I said, I'm only keeping it on so I can document what I'm doing from where I was to, I don't wear it anymore, nothing, I don't need it, I know my own body, I know where I'm at. And but apparently he was saying in London, almost every second kid of these little kids at school,
diabetes.
and this, I'm not saying that this what he told me was true, I'm not saying it is true, this is what he told me, and he's around the schools for whatever reason. He said a lot of kids are wearing these bloody Libre patches connected to their phone because they got type 2
Too much sugar.
Too much sugar. And I mean, I remember as a kid, I don't think I ever saw anything healthy at the tuck shop. So I don't know what it's like now, but
It's not much better.
Well, the good thing is this. Number one, he was on his deathbed. You believe that?
Well, I was in intensive care for 7 days. Yeah.
Number two, lucky you met me.
Yeah, 100%.
You're welcome.
Have a go.
Because lucky I married her.
Yeah.
Lucky she's smart, smarter than me, and she did this course. She hasn't even finished yet. She's still got another month left to go, and she's curing people. So well done, number one. Thank you to
Good work.
Megan.
No, so you
Long way to go now. Like you still don't stop now.
No,
you keep going.
Yeah, this is where people sort of say to me, I'll have a beer, I'll do this or whatever, but I've got to
But
make
you can
sure
do it in moderation.
I'll make sure I earn
Just
it.
do everything in moderation. Like everyone's seen the yin yang symbol.
Yeah.
Yin yang symbol is about balance. Yeah, and I believe everything should be in balance. You can't overtrain. You overtrain, you're going to cause inflammation and injury. Everything should be balanced. You can't just work your butt off every day and not enjoy life. Because if you do that, you'll stress out and probably kill yourself, have a heart attack. So the Chinese believe everything should be in balance. So if you work hard, you should also enjoy yourself. If you train hard, you should also eat well and rest well.
Yes.
Get the right nutrients into your body. Megan, can we ask, so for the viewers at home who train, I don't care if you train Kung Fu, MMA, any other martial art, even if you just train a sport, what should they do?
Well, I think obviously what we've talked about already is diet, and diet plays a big role, because if you're if you don't have the right nutrients to support what you're doing for your activity level, then your body's not going to perform the way that you want to. And I think particularly men tend to get into some pretty bad patterns of eating and probably not fueling their body up for the day. So making sure that you're prioritizing protein particularly, and obviously the vegetables and the vitamin C's and the fruit, so that you're fueling your body so you can train hard.
Oh, just to add on that, there's something what Megan just said is so true, guilty. What Megan explained to me when I come down here as well too, I was taking vitamins. Ask someone that knows what are in the vitamins, because you think you're taking these vitamins, and I brought them down to Megan, like, here. She's like, no,
Throw them in the bin.
like, really?
Because most vitamins are pretty crappy, right?
Well, yeah, they're just sort of stock standard. They have a lot of fillers in them. Sometimes if you're trying to, like, they call it shotgun therapy. If you have too many things in one, they actually aren't as bioavailable, or one nutrient blocks out the other nutrients.
So they cancel each other out.
So it kind of.
So if you don't know what you're taking,
Yeah.
If you don't know, you might take that, take this, take that, thinking they're all great,
Yeah.
but that nullifies that, and then that nullifies all that.
Yeah.
So what you're just taking doesn't work.
And it's also all the fillers that they put in it. So there's a lot of stuff in there.
So
that they
naturopaths
don't-
are able to access proper vitamins,
Yes.
the proper good stuff.
Practitioner only.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Brands. Yeah.
So what else should a martial artist or athlete do? What else is involved? Not just vitamins, obviously, or diet. What else? What else is involved?
Well, I guess sleep is a big thing, you know, making sure that you're getting ample sleep because that supports your nervous system. So making sure that you're sleeping well so that you can cope throughout the day. A tired body's never going to perform the way that you want it to, so making sure that you're sleeping well. And that it's uninterrupted because a lot of people tend to hop on their phones at night and sort of disrupt their circadian rhythm. And then,
Me too,
and then it's like that nighttime waking, and what that's doing to your body is actually creating a bit of stress from the nighttime waking as well. So
I'm glad you said that. I think you actually said that to me, but me being me, sometimes when I'm told something, it takes a while to process.
People feel guilty sleeping.
Yeah.
Like I used to feel guilty having a nap in the afternoon, but I freaking train hard.
Yeah.
So I went through. I also want to bring up with my wife as well. I went through a period where I obviously train hard. You guys have seen me.
Yeah.
I work hard. And I went through a period where I trained, let's say I trained on a Monday night for 4 hours. I'd be sore for 2 days. The recovery was really bad. I'd still sleep and, and luckily I had a good wife who was feeding me well, but I wasn't recovering fast. And so when you can't recover, that means that next time you train, you're still sore.
Yeah.
Then the next time you train, you're sore. And so obviously spoke to my wife. I got put on various things. Even just simple stuff like proper magnesium. I got on some natural testosterone tablets, and even stuff like turmeric, which gets rid of inflammation. Now I train 4 hours minimum every day, and I'm recovered by the time I wake up. Like I don't have to, I sleep, I wake up, have a shower, I'm recovered, I can train again straight away.
Yeah.
I'm playing tennis, I'm kung fuing freaking major kung fu, and I'm recovering fast because of just a few of these little lifestyle changes. And obviously I was already eating well, already on the right products. I've got the naturopath wife, so she's feeding me well. But the recovery wasn't there. And because I'm 54 soon, then what happens? At 54, old age, what happens?
Your body, your muscles start declining, everything starts
Testosterone starts
downhill.
Yeah, you got to adjust.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, don't take testosterone. And I had a friend of mine at playing soccer, and he said, he used to say to me, you've got to take testosterone. It made me feel so much younger. But it's natural testosterone, right?
Yeah, so there's different herbs that obviously help boost testosterone. So
you want to boost your testosterone because it goes down as you get older, and it helps your recovery. Helps you more virile, helps you more energetic. And the good thing about it is now I don't train sore. I train hard. Next day I'm recovered. I'm not sore. I'm training. I'm recovered and ready to go. My muscles aren't sore. My body's not sore. I was sore for 2 or 3 days.
And you're also taking a lot of magnesium now as well.
Magnesium, which helps you recover. I was sore for 2 or 3 days after every training session. After every time I played a sport, I was aching. I couldn't walk. And that's just old age too. But now that you pep up through these various testosterone and magnesium and turmeric and these other things and eating right, man, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So anyone out there, go and see a naturopath. Go and see a naturopath. Get yourself on the right track, especially if you're training and you're starting to feel tired or you're getting older and you're getting weaker or you're feeling yourself sore for a long time. Go and see someone like Megan.
And I think sometimes you just get stuck into habits as well, and you don't realize that there's certain things that you're doing that might be creating a problem, but you don't actually know until someone actually sees it and points it out and goes, and then you sort of have that aha moment. You're like, oh, actually that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Didn't think of that.
Yeah, didn't think of
No
that.
one told me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Megan, what did you say before about what's the rhythm with the phone and that?
The circadian rhythm.
So I noticed with myself, and I think it's sometimes, maybe it's just the way I think or that's the way people think, when something's apparent to me, I can sort of see it in other people. So for me, I've always been sort of without my job, would you call it a bit lonely or bored? So for me to watch, say, Netflix, I'm watching a movie, I train, I work hard, and I sit there watching a movie. I'm literally can't really remember the movie because I'm scrolling through the phone. And it's quite strange. I've noticed since I've had to adjust some things, you walk into a restaurant or you go to a cafe, you've got couples sitting there, they're not even talking to each other, they're just on the phone. And trust me, I'm guilty of this. I didn't realise, so I have a rule with myself now, if I put a movie on, I put my phone on charge over the other side. I'm living in a shed at the moment because I'm about to build a house. The phone has to be over there.
Yeah.
And when I go to bed, I go over and set the alarm now and put it over there.
Yeah.
And I make sure when I turn everything off, I have no light around me, so I can literally sleep, because I'd be in bed, Facebook, Messenger, Instagram.
You can't sleep.
And it's the blue light. The blue light particularly actually stimulates. Stimulates.
So then you can't sleep and you can't get recovery.
Yeah.
And not a deep sleep either, like what you need to do when you get into the
woke up early this morning and went, no, because I'm normally up at sort of 5. It's been a pretty big week. I'm like, no, I want to go back to sleep. Yeah. So I literally did. I went back to sleep for 2 or 3 hours. Yeah. That would be something I'd be dirty on myself for doing.
Yeah, don't feel guilty sleeping. Yeah. You need your sleep, you need your recovery. Before we close this segment out, while we have Megan here, and we may get her again because I want you guys to ask some questions. What is it? Like
and subscribe.
Subscribe. Comment. We don't know. We're new at this. It's only the second one. Like, subscribe, comment. And then if we can get down the track, get Megan on again, and then she can answer some of your questions. So before we finish, and while we still got her here, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, but this is really, really important stuff. I believe anyway. The things you do and the toxins that are around us have to be changed if you want to live a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, and I think that comes down to the food that you eat, obviously knowing where it's coming from. A lot of stuff is sprayed these days, so keeping into mind that, but also men with your personal care products as well. So your aluminium spray under your arms, those where your lymph nodes are. There's putting on things, obviously not as much as females do, but men do use personal care items, and they just don't realise that there's actually quite a lot of toxins in them, and it can actually drive estrogen, and so it can actually ruin your testosterone.
I've changed makeup.
So what? Just doing this will turn you into a female? What?
Yeah, estrogen.
You can actually buy. I found these. You can buy underarm spray that's 0% aluminium.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's little tiny changes, and just when you go to buy something, look for
shampoos, soaps. All those.
Look for more natural stuff. Yeah. Things without toxins in them.
Toothpaste that doesn't have
no fluoride in your toothpaste. We changed that years ago. There is no difference.
Clean water.
Don't drink from the tap.
Do not drink from the tap.
It's full of fluoride and chlorine and all the other crap they put in. Like, order your water in. And if you can get one of those house filters, get a house filter. Just live a bit more, and you'll see a massive difference. Yes. And simple little tweaks to change your lifestyle. And it's just looking at what you buy, looking at the foods that you buy. Try and stay away from
heavy metals in self-care products and
processed
foods, highly processed foods, which most of the food in the supermarket is. So trying to get whole fresh foods and like things that are not sprayed. So you can go to your local farmer's market and pick up stuff that are spray-free now, and they're not too pricey. They're definitely.
So obviously Megan, who's the SiMo of my students, her task was to make sure that our family is 100% healthy. So she does all the buying of the food and make sure that we have all the correct stuff. And the change is, we've been married 15 years plus, known each other for over 20. And since she started this journey into the natural world, which was probably before you started your course, before you did your 4.5 year full-time course as a naturopath, we were already on that track, and the changes have been pretty massive. And the health changes, and just the way you look at things now is totally different. You're a living example of how you can turn it around in a short time, 3 months.
Yeah.
Well done, Megan, for doing that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And
you did the hard work.
Yeah, you said I'm going to have to do that, and I think you knew by the look on my face that I was prepared to make the effort, but I don't know if I really kind of wanted to.
The proof's in the pudding.
I really wanted to bring this to the forefront in this podcast because not enough people put the emphasis on their health. They put it on the training, they put it on the workout, and they go to the gym or they go to the Kung Fu school or they go somewhere, but they don't create the balance, the yin yang, the Chinese yin yang. And that's got to be in your food and in your sleep and in your diet, and get away from toxins and get away from all these things that are really causing a lot of inflammation, a lot of toxicity in the body. And then later in life is when it comes to the forefront. When you get older and your body's not recovering so fast, and you start realizing, oh, I can't do the stuff I used to do. Well, guess what? Change your lifestyle just a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, I'm training harder now than I did when I was freaking 20. So that's how easy it is.
It's funny too, because I was aware of this, but you just brought it to light. I've noticed within myself, yes, it's got to do with the training, but this side of it, I'm more flexible. And it's almost like you can feel, or I don't know whether I'm a sensitive person or not, you can literally feel the toxins leaving you. You can feel the stuff that's not good in you. You can literally feel, because you feel like you're cleaner.
Yeah.
Like I work like a slave all day, and then I'll come home and I'll just give it 20 minutes and that, and I filter my own water now. I'd never do that. And then I make sure I have a few of them, and then literally take me dog, we go do a 4K walk, we come back. This is on the off nights of training. You know, I haven't been able to do it with these stitches for the last couple of weeks, but go do a walk around Lake Dye, come back, do some breathing exercises, and it's quite funny. It's like I can do more.
Yeah.
And more,
Yeah.
and more, and more, and I'm sitting there thinking, shit, where'd that 2 hours
Did
go?
you drink Coke?
No,
soft drinks?
soft drink, yeah. I've never really been like I'd have a rum and Coke, but not really a Coke.
But did
on
you
its
drink
own.
soft drinks?
Yeah.
And did you think, okay, I drink soft drinks, but I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to drink zero sugar.
Yeah.
So this is a fallacy, everyone. Just so you know, Megan will back me up with this sort of stuff, because I haven't drunk soft drinks for years, and if I do, it's like, whoa, that's too much. Yeah. We drink water nonstop and juices and stuff like that. But you would prefer people drink normal Coke than Coke Zero. Sorry, I'll say it again. You don't want people drinking Coke because it's unhealthy. But if you had the choice in front of you, that's all you had to drink. Coke Zero, Coke. Which would you choose as a naturopath?
I would definitely go for the Coke, the full Coke.
Why that and not the Coke Zero?
They have a sugar in there that's a chemical constituent of sugar, but it's named something else like maltodextrin or dextrose, or so it's still sugar, and they just are allowed to call it a different name because they've changed part of the sugar molecule.
So now it's a chemical. Yes, instead of a real sugar.
Yeah, and it's actually can disrupt your nervous system. So
great.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you've learned anything in this podcast and you've watched this long, like, comment, subscribe. Don't drink Coke Zero. Don't drink Diet Coke. Don't drink these things that say no sugar, because they put something else in there. And hopefully, if we've saved one person, this podcast has been worth it.
Yeah, that's it.
Megan, any closing comments that you want to tell people that they should do, or how they should train?
Well, just make sure you're feeding yourself up and for the day. So making sure you have a good hearty breakfast, lots of protein. Eggs are really important. Fueling your body with water, and making sure that you're drinking enough water throughout the day. Exposure to sunlight and good sleep.
Have exposure to sunlight.
Definitely.
Don't avoid sunlight.
Don't avoid it.
A lot of people avoid sunlight now, right?
Safe sun, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon will help set your circadian rhythm so that you have a good night's sleep. But yeah, it's important, and it helps with vitamin D too. So, yeah.
Which is, vitamin D is like the receptor that allows nutrients to go into your cells. Is that right?
It's a hormone, yeah.
Yeah, it allows things to work.
Yeah.
Without it, things probably don't work as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know. I'm just a layman. I've just learned from the master here. All right. Well, that's a lot to unpack, and we can probably sit here all day and talk about it. But I think that's enough for now. We will get you back again, and hopefully we get some comments from people about their health and how we can fix it, and we can get you in touch, and maybe she can reply to you and give you some advice. Thank you, Megan, for turning up.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll go to the next segment. Okay, if you've stayed this long, thank you very much. Please share. If you find stuff of interest in our podcast, please share it with someone who may need this stuff, especially the health stuff. Like, in this day and age, I find there's a lot of sick and unhealthy people, and that's stopping people doing stuff. Mm-hmm. It's stopping people coming to train. It's stopping people getting fit. So share it to someone who may be in that situation. There's a lot of information in just that very small segment, and hopefully we'll do more in the future. Thanks very much. Now, welcome back, Brian. Megan's left. But I do want to finish off tonight. This is our last little segment with Sifu Brian. He came and started training with us about a year ago down to the Gold Coast. And I just want to ask him about it because it's important to know other people's opinions on what is being shown and what is being taught. So, Brian, what's your thoughts on coming down to the Gold Coast and training with me? I'm your Si Hing, I'm not your Sifu, so we're training partners. What's your thoughts?
For me, I just feel it's a comfortable environment.
Yeah.
The students down here are very good. They're vibrant. They're happy. They train hard, but everyone's sort of smiling. What I like about it is what I didn't understand being a Sifu myself was when you're teaching people, there's a program you got to stick to with this training. But what I kind of didn't understand in the early days is we all have different body shapes. So
yes.
I've noticed with your teachings, you actually will say to someone over there, they might be a little bit bent in the upper back, and you're like, straighten here, keep your elbow down, don't extend out as far because you're not connected, you disconnect when you do this.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep your line and only go to here. No, you've lost your connection, back to here, stick there, train that.
Yeah.
And so what I see in what you're teaching is actually you're catering for each person's needs to get them to the next level.
Yeah.
Which is...
I've gotten to a point where I'm only teaching advanced people. I'm no longer teaching beginners. I've taught beginners and new students for 25 years, and then for the last 5 years or so, I'm only teaching advanced students. So Brian came to me. He's been training for a long time, 25 years plus, and yeah, there were some things he needed to work on and improve. Yes, still more improvement, right?
Yeah, 100%.
We can always keep improving. I can keep improving, and it's been a breath of fresh air to have him down here because he gets on well with everybody. He trains hard. He travels quite a distance to get here. He travels 2 hours to come and train. So thank you for doing that. That's a huge feat.
Oh, it's worth it.
2 hours to train.
Yeah.
I do tell him to come down earlier, so he can train even more. And another hour to drive home, right? Because there's no traffic.
Oh, it takes about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half to drive home. Okay. So yeah, I think he's getting his health on track. You're getting your kung fu on track.
Yeah.
Have you found your kung fu to improve?
Yeah, because we've been catering for the things that I've been lacking, not the things that I can do.
Yeah. So quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And really nitpicking and tweaking the small things.
Yeah.
You know, when someone's been training for a long time, it's not the big thing. I don't have to teach him a movement. I don't have to teach him how to stand in your stance. I don't have to teach him techniques, even though you are learning new forms.
Yeah.
You've learned 3 new forms minimum.
Yeah.
3.5.
Plus we're doing Yuan Song Gong as well too, and
Plus the high level air training, plus various jongs that you haven't learnt before.
Yeah.
That's a 2-man training sets. Plus tweaking your sparring ability, and that's only in the first year.
Yeah.
Weapons
Yeah.
that you haven't done before. Dil Yam Gung.
Yeah.
We're all working on that at the moment. Dil Yam Gung is the ability to retract your testicles into your body. Yes, we train this as well, and it has nothing to do with touching anyone. It's breathing exercises that you train and learn to manipulate the tendons and the muscles and to be able to pull those testicles into your body. Now, I'm at the stage where they are almost inside my body at will. They're very high, pretty fast enough. So I'm still working on it. It's only been, for me, maybe 8 months.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm still working on it. Hopefully in the next 6 months to maybe another 8 months, I'll be able to retract my testicles at will really fast for fighting. But right now it's just training. It's part of training. At the same time, when you learn this sort of training, your air and your power becomes much more powerful. Have you seen that in me as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'm very surprised at where this is going.
Yeah. Have you noticed my power going?
100%. Yeah.
Like it's.
More
I
longer
thought I
bench,
was
more solid.
strong.
It's
strong enough.
It's been sort of growing at a rapid rate actually. Yeah. And
That's-
I can feel it within myself.
Yeah.
But to see just what you're doing with it, and because you've actually been practicing the Yan Sangong a lot more than me, and you've been training a lot longer than me, and you're always teaching and you're running different classes, so you train a lot more more than me. So credit to you.
Thank you.
But the effort that you've been putting into it as well too, because I've been here to witness it.
Yeah.
I've noticed a massive change in your training. Yeah.
Well, look, we just got to keep improving. I don't know any other way. There's no stop. There's no ending. You don't go, I'm good enough now. We stop. I'm done. It's like, no, we keep training. We keep tweaking. The longer you train, the smaller the things that you tweak, and you just get better and better and better. There's no end to it. You know, the Grand Master in Hong Kong, Grandmaster NCK, who's my Sigung, he is 86 years old, and he's still teaching every week, minimum 3 days a week, 2 to 3 times a day in those days.
That's a lot, eh?
And he's
That's
86 and still doing that. So I'd love to, I use him as a benchmark and go, shit, I'd love to be still kung fu fighting fit or training and movable and not in a wheelchair and not on crutches and not lying in bed. Quality of life, I think, is really, really vital.
Yeah, 100%,
I think you learned this when you were in hospital.
Yeah, I did.
Like to do things to change your life and get a good quality of life where you can move well with your kids. You can move well with your grandkids. You can still train the kung fu when you're older. I think that's one of the best closing points that we can have to this podcast. We're here to help. We're here to help ourselves and learn from each other, but we're also here to help people watching it to get better at what they do. I don't care what martial art you follow. I don't care what fitness regime that you follow. I don't care what Sifu of kung fu that you follow. This is not for us to advertise my school or your school. This is not about advertising for us, because I don't take any new students. I only teach Sifus and advanced students. So it's not about that. This is about giving back to the world in the best way we know how, with the knowledge that we have. And hopefully we'll get other guests in who are similar minded and love to help other people and use their journey to promote people. Promote your health, promote your kung fu, guide you in ways that you can train, guide you in ways that you can use the kung fu to help yourself.
And just to add on that, there's kung fu brothers and sisters all around the world. I don't know how many people are doing Chow. Some people say this is right, this is wrong. At the end of the day, if you love the system, I don't believe you can learn this style in one lifetime. I should do a lot more training and probably should be more advanced than what I am, but I'm happy where I'm at and where I'm going. Just train, just search for more. There is no, the system's so deep.
I think everyone's willing to help.
Yeah, this system is so deep that, everyone should be able to help someone that has something. Like some of the things that Sifu Steve's been talking to me about, I've heard these things before, but I wasn't mentally or physically ready for them. So sometimes it just takes time for things to click.
Sometimes I might give you, I might tell you in a different way.
And it's
like, clicks.
Boom, that's what you meant then. And these are these deja vu moments that I've had since day one, since I've sort of started the style in different ways. Just practice, just learn, pay attention to the line, and just search deeper. And that's all.
I think at the end of the day, I know you do, love this martial art.
100%.
Chow family Mantis, Southern Mantis Kung Fu. I love this martial art. I've done this since I was a kid. And I've had many, many benefits. I've had physical health benefits. I've had physical fighting, self-defense benefits, obviously, throughout my life. The benefits are also not just health and fighting, but they're also goal setting and maybe financial. Because when you learn martial arts, you also change the way you think. And sometimes, if you can think well and use your martial arts the right way, it'll help you improve your life, your family, your monetary, financial ability. And if you're not using it for these things, you're not using the Kung Fu to its full advantage. You should find ways to use what you learn to help in all facets of your life. How's your finances going?
Yeah, well, it's funny because we were talking about that. I'm actually now transitioning from a builder to a builder developer.
Yeah.
It's in the early stages.
So you're going this way?
Yeah, I'm going that way.
So health,
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Kung Fu, up.
Kung Fu,
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Finances, up.
Finances, up.
Yeah.
Let's finish on this point. This is what the Kung Fu we train is about. It's not just about bashing someone in the face and knocking them out. Okay? This is about improving your life in many, many ways. And if you're not teaching the Kung Fu or martial arts like this for your students, it's time to change. This is what martial arts is about. Develop a good character. Help a person improve their lifestyle. Help a person improve their health. Help a person improve their self-defense ability, obviously. This is the vehicle that we use. If you're improving, then it's worthwhile. Any last comments you'd like to make?
No, I think that's enough for me.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Sifu Brian, for turning up today and traveling all this way. Yeah, and we appreciate it. Look, I think there's so much more we can talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Do you mind coming back?
No, I'll come back.
Because there's so much more I want to do. We haven't.
I feel like a celebrity.
Yeah, we haven't even touched the surface of what we want to talk about. The Kung Fu, and we want to talk about fighting and applications, and there's so much we can talk about.
Yeah.
How about we get Si Hing Damon?
Yep.
Yourself?
Yep.
We'll do a part 2 to this podcast, because otherwise it's going to go too long. And we'll talk more Kung Fu. And thank you for watching. We'll see you again soon.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening, but they fought with expert timing. There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were chopping them up, they were chopping them down. It's an ancient Chinese art, and everybody needs their part. From a fainting to a slip, and a thinking from